Feeling stressed, sad, or just plain disappointed lately? Hey, it happens to the best of us. But here's the scoop. Those emotions you're experiencing, they're not the enemy. In fact, they're your brain's way of sending messages about your needs and your situation. So how can you make these emotions your allies rather than adversaries? Welcome to the channel. Subscribe and let's dive in. Before we dive into that, meet Assistant Professor George Buzzell, a neurocognitive researcher at FIU. He's our guide into the fascinating realm of emotional regulation. Think of it as the brain's secret sauce for managing emotions effectively. At its core, emotional regulation involves harnessing three key brain functions: working memory, inhibition, and task switching. These are the tools your brain uses to adapt as it absorbs new information. When these functions are in sync, you're an emotional ninja. But when they falter, well, that's when you might start forgetting things, blurting out stuff you don't mean, or struggling to tackle even the simplest tasks. This is what poor emotional regulation looks like, and it's a sign that your executive functions need some TLC. The good news, emotional regulation isn't a fixed trait, it's a skill that you can sharpen. Thanks to research-backed techniques, you can become a maestro of your emotions. So whether you've been on an emotional roller coaster lately or you just want to level up your emotional game, buckle up. We're about to explore how you can use science-backed strategies to navigate your emotions and thrive in challenging situations. Get ready to upgrade your emotional intelligence. It's a journey worth taking. Self-care. Feeling like the basic functions of life are slipping through your fingers due to stress, lack of sleep, and loneliness? You're not alone. It's like a domino effect, where stress disrupts your executive function system, the trio of working memory, inhibition, and task switching that helps you manage your emotions effectively. Here's where self-care swoops in as your knight in shining armor. George Buzzell, our neurocognitive guru, highlights the heavyweight contenders: sleep and stress. A lack of shut-eye can turn you into a snappy, emotion-fueled tornado, while stress can wreak havoc on your executive functions. The solution: embrace activities that bring you joy, making them a daily ritual. Think journaling to unload your thoughts and exercise to sweat away stress. And if sleep and stress are your arch nemesis, don't fret. The Healthy Living program has your back with sleep and stress management consultations. So whether you're struggling with sleepless nights, battling stress dragons, or just want to level up your emotional game, self-care is your secret weapon. It's time to keep those executive functions in tip-top shape, ready to conquer the emotional battlefield of life. Ready to thrive? Start with a little self-love and watch the magic unfold. Maintain healthy relationships. Harnessing the power of healthy relationships is like having a secret superpower for managing your emotions. Think about those moments when you spill your heart out to a trusted friend or confide in a loved one. It's like a weight lifting off your shoulders, right? That's because sharing your thoughts and feelings with someone you trust can work wonders in regulating your emotions. But here's the kicker. It's not just about feeling better mentally. Socializing can actually work its magic on your body too. It can help calm your racing mind and even tame the physical storm that emotions can unleash. Yes, emotions have a physical side too. Now we get it. These days, meeting folks face to face isn't always on the menu, but here's the scoop. You don't have to shut yourself off from the people who've been your rocks. Dr. Buzzell, our emotional guru, recommends staying connected in safe ways. Pick up the phone, set up a Zoom call, or have a little outdoor get-together where you keep your distance. Why? Because maintaining those social bonds isn't just a nice-to-have, it's a must-do for your mental health. So, in a nutshell, when life throws emotional curveballs your way, remember this: your trusted pals and loved ones are your emotional allies. Keep those connections alive through calls, video chats, or safe outdoor hangs, and watch your mental well-being thrive. It's the ultimate power play for your emotional superhero journey. Stop suppressing and start reappraising. Let's dive into the intriguing world of emotional regulation, where two powerful techniques take center stage: reappraisal and suppression. Picture suppression as the act of trying to slam the emotional brakes on. You're attempting to block those feelings from surfacing, only to find that they tend to bounce back even stronger and more relentless than before. It's like trying to hold back a tidal wave with a sandcastle. But hey, here's where Dr. Buzzell steps in with sage advice. Swap out suppression for reappraisal. Reappraisal is your emotional makeover artist, altering the way that you view those pesky negative emotions before they run riot. For instance, let's say you goofed up and disappointment washes over you like a gloomy cloud. Instead of sinking deeper into despair, you can tell yourself, hey, this is a learning opportunity. Suddenly, that cloud has a silver lining, and you're more likely to respond positively rather than spiraling into negativity. Here's the cherry on the top. Embracing reappraisal nurtures a growth mindset, and research shows that this paves the way for a healthier relationship with your emotions. And guess what? You're not stuck with your default emotional regulation settings. People have the marvelous ability to rewire their emotional responses, aligning them with the uplifting power of reappraisal. In a nutshell, the next time emotions come knocking, remember this duo: suppress less, reappraise more. It's your ticket to a more emotionally resilient, positive, and growth-oriented you. So go ahead, let those emotions flow, but let reappraisal be your guiding star on this transformative journey. Practice mindfulness. Ever heard of non-judgmental awareness? It's like having a superpower that can transform your relation with your emotions, and guess what? You don't need to climb a spiritual mountain to attain it. It's as simple as setting aside 5 to 10 minutes a day for meditation. Meditation, you say? Hold on, it's not as mystical as it sounds. All you have to do is take a breather, literally. Just sit or lie down and tune in to what's going on inside you, both physically and mentally. No robes or mantras required. This daily mindfulness ritual serves as a backstage pass to understanding your emotional patterns. Think of it as training for the real show, your everyday life. While meditating, pay close attention to those sneaky emotions that may surface. Ask yourself what's popping up and how often does it visit? Take note of how your body reacts to these emotional visitors and observe your mind's response. Are judgments creeping in when these emotions strut their stuff? Here's the kicker. Assess if your automatic reactions are helpful or need a little makeover. Can you respond better? Spoiler alert, most of the time there's room for improvement. So next time you're meditating, remember this checklist. Number 1, emotions. What's showing up and how frequently? Number 2, body. How's your body reacting to the emotional parade? Number 3, mind. What's going on upstairs when emotions make their entrance? Number 4, judgments. Are you throwing shade on your emotions, and is that helping? Number 5, response. Can you do better? Non-judgmental awareness isn't just a buzzword, it's your secret weapon for mastering your emotional domain. Practice it daily and watch your emotional intelligence soar in your everyday life. Prevent emotional outbursts. Ever turned a minor hiccup into a full-blown emotional explosion? We've all been there, and the aftermath isn't pretty. But here's the scoop. Dr. Buzzle has a golden nugget of wisdom that can help you diffuse those emotional bombs before they detonate. It's called prevention, and it's your ticket to smoother emotional sailing. The secret sauce? Daily practice of reappraisal, but start small. By reevaluating everyday situations with a positive spin, you're arming yourself against future emotional eruptions. Imagine this. The next time Zoom decides to give you an unscheduled exit from class, you're less likely to unleash a verbal tempest. Here's the kicker. When the emotional stakes are sky high, that's not the moment to whip out your mindfulness and reappraisal playbook for the first time. Preparation is your best friend. Now picture this. A world where your emotions are your allies, not your adversaries. That's the beauty of nurturing a healthy relationship with your feelings. It's like having a shield against the storms of life, making even the most trying times a tad more bearable. And hey, if you've been wrestling with emotional control lately, take a deep breath. You're not alone. These unusual times have a knack for making us feel out of sorts. But while we wait for the world to regain its usual groove, don't forget to tend to your emotional well-being. Incorporate these techniques into your daily routine and watch as you gain firm grip on your emotions. Picture yourself relaxing, feeling fantastic, and simply being your best self, because when it comes to emotions, you've got the power to make the good times even better. Thank you for watching, and follow for more.